So when someone you love is struggling with depression, it can feel like you're standing on the shore just watching them get pulled out by a tide you can't control. It's confusing, it's painful, and it's so easy to feel completely lost. But you are not powerless. And right now, we're going to explore how you can be a steady anchor for them in their storm. You know that feeling, right? That deep, sinking helplessness where you want so badly to make things better, but it feels like every word you say is wrong and every action you take is just insignificant? If you've ever been there, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, the first thing I want you to know is that you are definitely not alone in feeling that way. And more importantly, your presence, your quiet care, it's not small at all. In fact, it can be a lifeline. So together, let's explore how to be that lifeline effectively and with compassion.
Okay, first things first, we really have to shift our perspective. See, depression isn't just about feeling sad. It is so much deeper, so much more complex than that. We have to understand the storm before we can even begin to offer any kind of shelter.
This quote from Stephen Fry, it just hits the nail on the head. Think about it for a second. You wouldn't get angry at someone for getting caught in a thunderstorm, would you? You wouldn't ask them why it's raining on them. Depression is kind of like that. It's this overwhelming atmospheric condition that just descends, often without any clear reason or permission.
And from the inside, that storm feels like so much more than just rain. It's like a heavy, suffocating fog that just won't lift. It's a profound numbness where joy, excitement, even sadness, it all gets muted. It can be the physical sensation of trying to walk through wet cement, where every single step takes a monumental effort. It is a constant, crushing weight.
Right, so, because we care, our first instinct is to try and fix the storm. We want to make the sun come out, but this is actually where our best intentions can end up causing more harm. Let's dig into why that is.
This question. It seems so logical, right? So natural to ask. We want to understand where the pain is coming from so we can help solve it. But in the world of depression, this is often one of the most damaging questions you can ask.
Because, see, that one simple question is loaded with all these hidden messages. First, it implies that their immense pain needs a good enough reason to exist. Second, you're asking them to explain a feeling that is by its very nature confusing and foggy. And third, it can feel like you're asking them to justify their illness to you, to prove that it's valid.
So the crucial thing here is this really simple but incredibly powerful shift in language. We move from asking why to offering how. Why demands an explanation from them. How can I be here for you offers your presence. It takes the burden of fixing off their shoulders and puts the focus squarely on support.
And this idea, it extends to all those other phrases we tend to use. Things like cheer up or just get over it. I know they come from a good place, but they end up minimizing the person's reality. Instead, just switching to the phrases on the right, it changes everything. They don't offer solutions, they offer validation and presence, which is infinitely more powerful. I'm here for you. That's it. That's really the core message.
All right, so we've covered a lot of what not to do. Let's flip this around and build a practical toolkit for what to do. If you can't fix the storm, how can you become the shelter?
Here are 5 really concrete actions. And notice, none of them involve some magic solution. It's about just being present, listening without jumping in to solve everything. It's about offering small, practical help, like, say, bringing over dinner. Why? Well, because depression drains the energy needed for even tiny tasks, so removing one small burden can feel monumental. It's checking in consistently with a simple text, just to remind them they aren't invisible. And finally, gently encouraging professional help is about pointing them toward a lighthouse, not trying to drag them there.
Okay, so that's the theory, right? But what does this actually look like when you're in the middle of it? Let's talk about 2 friends, Sarah and Jenny, to really see how powerful this kind of support can be.
So imagine this. Sarah, who was always the life of the party, just disappeared. She stopped answering calls. She totally withdrew. Her friend Jenny noticed, of course, but, and this is the crucial part, Jenny resisted that urge to bombard her with questions or demand that she just snap out of it.
So what did Jenny do instead? Small, gentle, consistent things. She sent a care package, not to cheer Sarah up, but just to show she cared. She sent texts that didn't demand a response, just simple messages letting Sarah know she was on her mind. She was the shelter.
And the note that she included in that package, wow, it's so powerful, it separates the person from the illness. It says, I still see you underneath all of this. This weather, it's temporary, but you, the sky, you are permanent.
That single idea can be a life-changing anchor.
Now there's one more crucial person in this equation we absolutely need to talk about. You, the supporter. Because being a shelter during a long storm, it is exhausting. And it's so important that you take care of yourself in the process.
You have to remember this. Your role is to support, not to cure. It is not your responsibility to fix them, and carrying that guilt will just burn you out. You have to set boundaries, talk to someone yourself if you need to, and take time to recharge. Your well-being matters just as much.
I really want you to let this sink in. Showing up for someone in their darkest hour, offering your quiet, unwavering presence, it might not feel heroic at the moment, but it is one of the most profoundly kind and noble things a human being can do for another. So, when we boil it all down, what's the big takeaway? Remember, your job isn't to be the sunshine, it's to be the umbrella. It's those small, consistent acts of just showing up that break through the isolation. It's about replacing that impulse to fix with a real commitment to simply be there.
So as we finish up, I want to leave you with this question. Just think about it. It doesn't have to be some grand gesture. Maybe it's a text message. Maybe it's dropping off a coffee. What is one small way you can be the shelter for someone in your life?